Hello everyone, my name is Joe, and welcome to my project Aquaponics in Society. I'm a bachelor's student with Cascadia College in the Sustainable Practices program doing his capstone project on aquaponics. This is the third video of a 3-video series explaining the pros and cons of aquaponics and the logistical place of this form of agriculture in our society. This video series is made for 21 acres as a demonstration to one alternative method of food production. Let's go ahead and start with the benefits of aquaponics. Aquaponics addresses one of the biggest concerns of agriculture, that being excess nutrient loads on the environment. Since these systems are contained and operate within their own configurations, nutrient pollution is essentially non-existent with aquaponics. Unlike conventional methods of food production, aquaponics produces both biomass and protein. Therefore, these systems are capable of sustaining the nutritional demands of any kind of community. In addition, aquaponics is actually more efficient in many ways than compared to conventional forms of agriculture. For instance, these systems lose a fraction of their water to evapotranspiration compared to commercial methods of agriculture. And with water becoming a scarcer resource as climate change continues to get worse, this could be advantageous to utilizing aquaponics as a means to food production. These systems also don't require the use of synthetic fertilizers or any kind of pesticides and herbicides, as the health of the fish has to be maintained. Furthermore, intensive methods of agriculture utilized within an aquaponic system can actually produce more food per square foot than industrial methods. Now let's move on to some of the downsides of aquaponics. The first one being the amount of infrastructure needed to adequately maintain these systems. Everything from greenhouses, fish tanks, raised hydroponic garden beds, water pumps, water heaters, filters, grow lights, and HVAC appliances and so on are required to make these systems function properly. These systems can not only be extremely expensive, but are also constructed of unsustainable building materials such as steel and PVC. Furthermore, aquaponic systems are more difficult to maintain than other forms of agriculture, and thus more labor is needed to keep these systems running smoothly. Another problem with aquaponics is the amount of energy and resources used within these systems. Electricity is used at almost every point along the production process of aquaponics, which means that the carbon footprint associated with the production of food in these systems is higher compared to conventional methods of food production. So what does this mean for the future of aquaponics? Basically, it means that aquaponics isn't a silver bullet solution to our food production problems. There's simply too much infrastructure and required resources associated with aquaponics for it to replace our conventional and commercial forms of agriculture. Could you imagine the resources, materials, and labor force needed to build and maintain millions of acres of aquaponic food production? It's just simply not logistical to think that an aquaponic system could replace thousands of acres of dry wheat or would somehow replace a commercial crop of soybeans. That being said, there is a place for aquaponics in our society. Aquaponics is best utilized for localized food production in areas where the population density is high, such as dense urban cities and communities. This means that aquaponics could take advantage of producing food in the same proximity as it will be consumed. This would drastically reduce the carbon emissions associated with the transportation of food. Furthermore, supplementing the energy use of these systems with renewable sources would cut down on the carbon footprint associated with aquaponic food production. Aquaponics is best utilized on smaller and more controllable scales where these systems can be adequately maintained in close proximity to the end consumer. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video series on aquaponics. I hope that it's been educational for you and that you've been able to take away some knowledge about aquaponics from these videos. I would like to thank 21 Acres for all their help and resources, and I am truly honored to be able to share my interests with you all through their platform. Take care, everyone.